ready for Kwanzaa. Oh man, we're gonna give people time to come in. Streaming live, GNJmedia.com. GNJmedia.live. It's going down. As you can see, the family is coming in the house. The family is coming in. It's got these chairs open. Room for you, but a lot of people out there checking out the vendors. I was kind of shocked that we didn't have as many vendors as we usually do. But, you know, y'all missing out. That's on you. But you can still come out here and enjoy Kwanzaa with us. We're about 1 minute out. Everything's getting warmed up. So, and of course, y'all know we're going to be live streaming all night once again, because that's how we do it. So, family, start gathering in. Don't be shy. Go and put up your comments. If I can answer the question, I will. If you got something you want to see, I'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
Make it happen. Hey, that's my elder right there. It's going down here tonight. So where you at? You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all talking about this Ohio State game, but family, listen to me. Game is going to be over. The game is still going to be on after we get done. You're going to be able to check out the game. Hell, you get the highlights. You know what I'm saying? Like you at the game itself. This is the game. It's going down here tonight. We got the Paragon Project, and look, just in the warm-up. Let me tell you this. Just in the warm-up. These young people is doing old school jams. Live music. Excellent singers. It's going down. Y'all need to get up. Come on out. I'm telling y'all. So, I'm about to go and turn the camera around, and we're going to start the show. Oh, it's facing me. So, hey, y'all ready? Let's get it popped. Sign up time.
She might be bad with you.
Lord, that food smell good, don't it? What is supposed to be freezing that smell? The caramel, the last night. Oh, the last night? It's the caramel. Here, it's in the program. Everybody should bring a little something. I got one, but I didn't know it was the last night.
No, they are. Okay, cool. So, you also
your turn to be saved. I don't see y'all clapping or nothing. Y'all just looking at TV here. I know the game is on, but come on, y'all. All right.
Flow with it, Elder. Flow with it.
All right.
Flow with it.
All right. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Ujima!
Collective work and responsibility. So in collective work, let's see you move. Our collective work is moving. Move your arms, your body, move something. Come on, y'all, move. I'm looking at y'all back there. Y'all ain't moving. Y'all recording. Some of y'all are set back down. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up! Get up! Get up! Now move your body, move your arm. All right, all right, all right. Give it, give it, give it. Hey, hey. All right, wait till the elders be seated. All right, make you seated. Thank you very much. My name is Elder Tony West. What we're going to do is open. I'll go.
Amen.
What we're going to do is open with a traditional open. We're going to do opening of the way. After that, we'll be doing libation right here. And then I'll have to go up on stage because of the band. And let's hear, we got the band that's set up here, and I'll like to talk about today's principle. All right, so first up, I need to get you connected to opening of the way. This is opening of the way.
Rock happy, look happy, door anata. And then rock circuit, look circuit, and then wash, snoop, look, then wet, door anata. And then rock ask, look asked, and then rock onset, look onset. Door and that. And then rock knit, loop knit, and then rock door, watu, loop door, watu, door and that. And then rock loop, 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 door and that. And then rock give. Do anata. And there's rock. Do anata. let's rock. Do that. And let's rock. In blue. Do another. And let's rock. Do another. Repeat after me 3 times. Ankh.
Now we will, like the way it's been open. And normally in our culture, the way is also open with the drum call. That calls in that which is greater than us and that which is a part of us. But now we will also go and do libation. Mama Caesar, could you join me? What we would normally do at this point is ask you to stand, but right now we're going to ask you to be seated. Okay? We first want to pour for the Creator and the creation, and after I say things, your job is to say Ashe, which means it is done. Before we begin, she will do a traditional opening in an African language, or libation in an African language.
Homie tutu, ono tutu, ile tutu, tutu abu. Fresh water, freshen our roads, freshen our homes, freshen our ancestors. Say Ashe.
All right. And only tutu is talking about the water in one of the African languages. What I'm going to do now is do what we normally do once a month at the Quran. And I was going to pour libation. And we're going to start with the Creator and the creation. And you say?
Ashe.
And then from the Creator and the creation, we want to go through the middle passage, what we call the Ma'apa. And that Ma'apa, we want to put for all of those who went with us. And we say?
Ashe.
And because today is Habagani
Ujima.
we want to pour for the spirit of Ujima. And we say?
Ashe.
And we're going to do this in this way. Normally we invite our ancestors in where you call out their names and stuff. So could you call out the names of your ancestors, please?
Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Hunter Brown,
We want to pour for the children. And we want to pour for the children and combine that with the 4 corners. And the 4 corners would be as the sun comes up in the east, goes to the south, moves to the north, and then sets in the west. We know we still have a completed circle. So those children, as they're born in the east, go to the south without learning, go to the north without understanding, and then as the sun sets, they pass that information on to another generation. celebration. And we want to say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. It is done. Thank you. Now next, I want to go. I have to go up here on stage and like the Mashuma for, and that might not be the right one for tonight, but I want to go. Tradition and reason, and tonight is a boa in Toso. And a boa in Toso is the symbol that they use for, what is the word tonight?
Ujima.
That's the symbol they use. And what that is there's a coming together, or you see in these pictures, this is the founding of it. And of course, the reasoning is being looked at now. And here we are at the movement of the African Center. Oh yes. This is the balancing of the heart and the mind, tradition and reason. So in the symbol that they use for that, that means the tradition that we have is going to be accented and embellished by the reasoning that comes along from young people. All the young people, could I hear you say, Ashe? Ashe. Oh, so that means we have to accept it. So as we understand the collective work and responsibility, what does that mean? Have we done collective work and responsibility this year?
Yes.
Ashe.
Have we done collective work and responsibility this year? This is not the internet. I can see you and I can hear you. Young folks, was there any collective work that y'all did this year? Huh? Okay. What was it?
Uh-oh. Oh, he done called him out. Uh-oh. What was it?
Well, sitting here right now is one of them. All right? Come on now.
All right.
Sitting right
Over
here right now is
there.
one.
Any collective work we did this year? And this is what used to happen when we came to our grandfather's house and grandmother's house. We would be able to talk in front of our parents. So let's take a look at this year as
like and share.
being able to talk as family in front of the house. The collective work that we did this year is all inclusive. I first want to say, can you hear me?
Yeah, Ashe.
Can you hear me?
Ashe.
I first want to light this candle in the name of Umoja. That's the lighter, blue light.
Ashe.
I next want to light the next candle in the name of Fuji Chagalia.
Ashe.
And tonight's night, what happens is we're taking the black candle and saying that everything is united there and it comes out of it. Some people go to the outside and come in. In this culture, right here in this town, we come from the unity and move out. And I now want to take the candle for what?
Ujima.
And I want to can I have a drum roll or something, please?
Ujima. Ashe.
No, I wasn't reading. I wanted to read it.
We have a special reading from our eldest elder. Elder Sokoto has sent a special message, and Mama Lamona, one of our presiding elders, the other of the youth join me, please. No, bring it to us, bring it to us.
Elder Sokola Falani. He is the eldest elder in the Howard Family Village. And I'll read. Elder Lona, please convey my best Afrocentric thoughts to the village for a grand Kwanzaa. I still hold on to the possibility. Not over, okay.
We need the mic.
It's on? Okay. Elder Lona, please convey my best Afrocentric thoughts to the village for a grand Kwanzaa. I still hold on to the possibility of being able to be present for another program. But this hypertension in the heart is no joke, as you know. Tawi, keep the old elder in your positive thoughts. Hotel. So, let's take a profound moment of silence and think about Elder Sokola Falani. Ashe.
Boy, got it. Come on now, family. Boy, got it. So we are here at another Kwanzaa. Give yourselves a round of applause. I gotta give it up to yourself. Y'all looking good out here. I'm Brother Hakim, and this is my co-host, Miss Rhonda Reese, and we will be sharing this mic and emceeing. But before we move any further, we need to have Sister Melanie Aboko, or Aboki. All right, Miss Melanie Abakate is going to be singing the Black National Anthem. Give it up! Stand up, y'all. Come on out.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let every sound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has won. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chasms we trod.
family. We need to get out here. I'm about to tell y'all. May we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land.
Welcome to the 2019 Kwanzaa celebration. Again, my name is Reese. I will be co-hosting with Brother Hatem this evening. We want to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. We want to once again give a round of applause for Sister Melanie Ibakate for her wonderful performance. So at this time, I want to make a very quick announcement to parents with children. If you would like to take them back, we have Sister Debbie, my apologies. Sister Debbie is in the building and she is located back by the ladies and men's restrooms. If you go down this back hallway, you can take the children there for activities this evening. And so at this time, what we want to do is invite the Tawi Family Village up for a short presentation. Are you guys ready? All right. Let's put our hands together for the Tawi Family Village. Abargani.
Ujima.
Abargani.
Ujima!
Wow. Thank you. It is with
It's on.
It is with pleasure that I have the honor of giving the Kuchachagalia Award. It's a pleasure for me because it's going to Dr. Lewis Dodley. Dr. Dodley and I went through elders training within Tawi together. And needless to say, what was it, 6 of us? Yeah.
6.
Yes. Like we in Dava, we did this together.
Right.
We had some great time, some great food, some great conversation. For Dr. Dodley's commitment to helping youth define themselves. Youth advocate and motivational speaker, Louis E. Dodley was born December the 25th, 1940. In Columbus, Ohio. He graduated from East High School in Columbus and went on to attend Audubon University in Westerville. Dodley has received extensive training to become a violence prevention certified specialist and a certified chemical dependency counselor. He is also a certified African-centered National Rites of Passage elder and trainer. Dr. Dodley joined Ohio's Department of Youth Services in 1960 as a staff development trainer. 10 years later, he also began serving as a director of family services for Rosemont Family Center. Dodley received his PhD degree in psychology and guidance counseling from Ohio State in 1981. Since 1984, he has served as a trainer and consultant for Youth to Youth International, a drug and violence prevention organization. Dodley became a project director and consultant consultant for the Salesian Boys Club. He organized the Simba Circle in 1993, a 2-week male rites of passage program for African American youth. Also in 1993, Dr. Donnelly became a consultant for the Columbus Public Schools. From 2004 to 2011, he held the position of Drug Prevention Coordinator for the Columbus Health Department. Dr. Donnelly serves as a licensed counselor for the federal TRIO programs, Upward Bound program, and a senior consultant for the Harambe Leadership Academy. He has over 20 years experience in criminal justice, children's services, violence prevention, therapeutic intervention, and drug prevention. With his expertise, Dr. Donnelly is a sought-after speaker around the country, including presenting at the Ohio Association of Educational Opportunity Program Personnel, Student Leadership, and Professional Conference, and the SAVE, which is Stand Against a Violence Environment, Rapid City Youth Conference. Dr. Donnelly has been recognized for his commitment to youth issues and violence prevention including receiving the Community Against Violence and Abuse Award in 2005. He also has been recognized by the Columbus Urban League. Dr. Donnelly was a member of the the African American Potential Leadership Committee in 2006. He has 4 adult children: Louis, Tracy, Mark, and Kimberly. Lou, yes. Come on up. We love you.
You ain't do it right. You gotta do it right.
I humbly accept this award. I want to thank God first for allowing me to be able to do this work. When I look around the room, I see my biological family here. And that's wonderful to see. My daughter just went through some surgery. She's here. My grandkids are here. My son is here. I don't say daughter-in-law. My daughters are here. Everybody, and my friends, and some of my kids. And as the term father, it means father of the village, I wear it. And I deserve it. Because I work at it. We need to do that. Now, I want to see the rewards or the fruit of some effort. There's at least 2 or 3 Simbas and Simsas in here who wrote an essay on why the principles are important to them. And I want to honor them with a bracelet that I've been wearing now for about 3 weeks. All right. Because it means I want it, but I want to give it up. But it also means that I always want to be around you. That's what it means. So in a few moments, I'll have them come up and just reinforce why I deserve this. But before we do that, I want to tell you this. There's a ritual at the Simba camp. If we had your kid for 10 days, when they come back, they won't even smell the same. They don't even think the same way no more. This whole thing about cognitive reconstruction, we do that. And one of the things that we do, we get that pain that they have suffered. You'd be surprised what our kids go through and they don't tell you. But in a safe environment, they will. So Simba is an acronym for safe in my brother's arms. And Samson is safe in my sister's arms. After we have been with them for about 3 or 4 days, all this pain comes up. So what we do, we use fire to get rid of it. We have a bonfire. And every year, now we've been doing this for about 25 years, it never rained on the night we did our paint fire. I'm talking about a huge paint fire, and we sitting around at dark. They take a stick, talk about their pain, and throw it into the fire, and guess what? And all the embers go up to the sky, the stars. And we tell them those stars are your ancestors around you. And guess what I got for Christmas? I got my own star named after me. My family gave it to me. There's a star in the universe with my name on it. So when my kids, we do on libations and so forth, even though when the physical body leaves, my spirit will still be here. And I love that. Now, without any further ado, can I please have Melvin? Would you come up first? Bring somebody with you. Now, before we get started, do me one little favor. I love this. Get a hug from somebody beside you and say, "You sure look good." Melvin didn't notice he was that little. And he wrote something. I'm not sure what I did. I misplaced him. So they wrote him again.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry about that. But anyway, Melvin, what you read? Tell me your name and all that.
My name is... I gotta put my mouth like, what are you name?
No.
Right.
Yeah.
My name is Melvin. 5 years ago, I was introduced to the Nguvu Saba, also known as the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. And this is how I use them. This is how I use each of them in my everyday life. So, Emoja, which is unity. Every day I use unity with my family to get things done or to make choices as a group. From what to cook for dinner or to go, or like what to get from Kroger. Kuji Chakalia, which is self-determination. I use self-determination daily because instead of giving up what I'm doing, when times get hard, I push through and get it done. Cooperative economics, which would be Ujima. I do that daily because me, my mother, and my sister will always find a way to like make extra money on the side. Like we are coming together to do that as a group. Collective work and responsibility, which is Ujima. I use that daily because anyone I hang with, rather it's at school, outside school, my football teammates, we know how to get things done together as one unit. So like rather it's in the weight room or in school. Nia, which is purpose. One way I use purpose in my everyday life is that everything I do has a purpose. I do it for a reason. Creativity, which is Kumba. I use creativity daily because sometimes I can't do things the ordinary way. Sometimes you have to source things up to get it done. Faith, which is Imani. I use faith on a day-to-day basis because I always keep my head up when things go south. I always know that things will be okay. I'm going to continue to use these 7 principles in my daily life with family, Simba, school, and with my football team.
All right. Now, I'm going to ask the elders to say, yay, Bo, if it's okay if I bestow some money and a bracelet to this young man right here.
Money?
Yay, Bo. All right.
I want
Drum
my
roll.
I want my cut.
Thank you. All right, now you introduce this next lady. Can you introduce her for me?
This is the Naja.
The Niger.
Hi, everybody.
What's up?
My name is Denasia, and I am a proud Simpson. You know, safe in my sister's arms always.
Uh-oh.
I want to thank Baba for giving us this opportunity to get up here and speak today. I'm going to make this quick because I got some dental problems going on.
She went to the dentist. Oh, I beat up sometimes.
So, Baba gave us a challenge to receive an award if we could write 3 of the 7 principles that we use in life, and I chose 3 of them. But I'm only going to say 1 of them today. The principle that I use most in my life is Kuji Chakliya, which means self-determination.
That's my principle.
When I was in the 10th grade, towards the end of my school year, my uncle committed suicide. And I missed the whole month of school, and it was a challenge for me to, you know, get all the work done and all the, you know, lost time that I had. So for me, I just had to, you know, buckle down and make sure I was there and had to do what I had to do to make sure that I can move on to my next level of school. I am currently enrolled into Columbus Downtown High School.
Right.
That's my shelter.
I go there for business, administrative, and fundamentals. Without self-determination, I wouldn't be there. I would be, you know, probably still in the 10th grade, so I'm proud of myself for even making that goal of mine happen.
We are too. We are too. Elders, do we have permission to accept this young lady and bestow the gifts upon her? All right. Thank you. Oh. Thank you. Give them a round of applause. Appreciate it.
All right.
We have one more. The young lady couldn't be here, so Janelle, one of our nation builders, or Makunga, is going to read what the young lady couldn't do. And also tell you a little bit about Simpson.
Greetings. I am going to read an essay that was written by Kara. She's actually an African dancer, if I'm not mistaken. She was here yesterday dancing. And I had the pleasure of having her as a part of my village, and she's a Simsa. And this is what she wrote. My name is Kara Adams, and I've been a Simsa for 4 years. These are the 3 Kwanzaa principles that I use most. I use Imani when I have faith in something I can't see, whether it's my near future or in a moment of weakness. I have to have faith that it'll turn out okay. I can't see the future, yet I have the faith that the future is bright for me. I use Umoja within my West African dance group. We have to have togetherness and unity while communicating through the love of dance and keeping the culture that we love alive. I use Kuumba when I use my ideas to create new things, such as art or new cheers for cheerleading. Creativity has been a huge part of my life because creation sparks happiness in me that encourages me to do more. And with that, I just wanted to share, Baba asked me just to share a little about Simsa, which is the female counterpart to Simba. So Simba is safe in my brother's arms, and Simsa is safe in my sister's arms. Several years ago, I was asked, I was looking for a program for my son. My children had lost their father, and I knew that he was going to need a mentor. And so I asked Brother Hatim about a group, and he invited me to come to some meetings, and I would attend with my son and my daughter. After some time, I was asked to take some kids, some young ladies to camp. And my thinking was I'll do anything once. So they didn't tell me anything about this camp. When I kept asking, all they would say is, trust the process. Yes, trust the process. So probably 6 hours in a van what I heard was trust the process. It was very new to me. I am very glad and honored, and I feel it a privilege to have the honor of attending that camp that year. I took Denasia with me, a few others, but it was such an honor to attend that camp that year. And since then, I've been attending camp. Not only do we have a camp, though, we have monthly meetings, which we hold on the third Sunday of each month. At these meetings, we have workshops, speakers who speak on a variety of topics. Our motto or our idea is that we will give young people the tools that they need to maneuver through young adolescence. In addition, we will instill in them that pride, that African pride, African history, and we use that to empower them. So if you would be interested, again, we meet every third Sunday, 1670 East Main Street, from 1 until 3, and you can contact Baba, Hatim, Nation Builder, Devin, Deshaun, or myself in order to get more information. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Give her a round of applause. Go ahead. Appreciate it. Oh, well, okay, my brother, Uncle Bob back here.
I just want to say to everyone that I have known Dr. Dodley before he was Dr. Dodley. And I probably have known him longer than anybody, I mean personally, than anybody in this room. He is and always has been a person of honor and integrity. And I can tell you that has been the case for 76 years that I have known him. And he is my brother.
Well, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Well, I think I've taken enough time, but like I always tell the kids, I can't rap, but I can rhyme, and I know my messages are right on time. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once again for our 2019 Kujichagulia honoree, Dr. Lewis Godwin. We can do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. The work that this gentleman is doing is astounding. I see that we have some more people that have joined us this evening, so I want to say, Habarigani family.
Ujima!
So at this time, got that, Tim? I got it? All right. Yes.
We have food vendors here tonight, and Sister Agape, are you in the house? Are you available? We have also our food vendor in the back. If you, Brother Derek, if you would like to come up and say something to the people as well. We're going to have a quick opportunity for the food vendors to talk about what they have for you to feed your soul. So, Sister Agape.
Greetings. Happy Kwanzaa. Collective worker responsibility. Yes. Yes. So, as that, I am Agape. Greetings, Mama.
That's what we do.
I know all the elders have been greeted and everything, but sorry, I can't help it. I'm like, can I get permission? Okay. So, I have been a vegan since I was 16. This is just something that's been in me for a very long time. And so my parents and my family back there will know they've been putting greens to the side and all of that for me for a very long time. So as a vegan vendor today, this is new for me because I cook like this all the time. I've been doing this, as I said, I've raised a family, vegan, vegetarian. So now that I see it being very popular, and I realize that a lot of people too in the popularity are just kind of coming into the lifestyle over the last decade, which is wonderful. It's all about that. But because I've been doing it for so long, I have mastered a few things in my kitchen. And I come from Atlanta, so I know all the soul food, soul vegan, all soul veg. I know all of that because I've been eating it since I was a young girl. So what I have tonight is a 5-bean chili. Everything's from scratch. I blended tomatoes down, I blended herbs down, rosemary, sage, everything's in there. Slow cooked beans, soaked all the 8 hours needed. So we have vegan chili with corn muffins that are vegan. Thank you, son. Thank you, son. And we have vegan hot dogs as well, so you can do a chili dog. And I made if anybody knows what sorrow or B-sop is, I did a kind of a take with the hibiscus, some lime, some lemon, some ginger, some mint. You know, we got a whole situation over there. So, meals are $10. You can come get a hot dog for $5, a chili dog rather for $5. Everything is separate or all together. So come experience it while you can, and if it's something that I feel worked well, I may do this again. All right, greetings. Thank you all.
She done raised the bar on me. First and foremost, greetings, elders. Hello, everybody else. My name is Garrett Coleman. Myself and my wife back there in the dope shirt. We represent Suge Smokehouse Barbecue. Some of you guys may be familiar with us. We've had an opportunity to start something out as a hobby, and we've moved into mobile barbecue catering. So you've probably seen us at the African American Festival, Soul Festival, and all festivals in between. Central State, Wilberforce, Kenyon College, Urban Meyer, Jack Hanna, they've all had our stuff. So I would like to say, if you're hungry, we are working on becoming vegan, but as of today, we have the beef dino bones. The bones are about 9 to 11 inches long, smoked about 5 to 6 hours. We have smoked chicken. We also have blackened salmon. We have greens with a little bit of kale in it and smoked turkey, as well as vegetarian greens, homemade mac and cheese. The prices range from $13 to $15 a plate, and we're not stingy with our portions. So we know you're hungry, so when you come back there, we're going to load you up. So thank you guys for your support. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, you can follow us at Suge Smokehouse Barbecue, spelled SUGE''S. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Suge Smokehouse and Sister Agape. Please make sure you guys stop by, and we also have vendors that are located in the back hallway. Please make sure that you stop by and see the wares that they have available. Okay. So I want to make sure that we do keep in mind we have further festivities going on for the rest of this week. Sunday, we celebrate Ujima. Monday, we celebrate Nia. And you can also join us at the Millennium Community School. They'll have performances there by comedian Khalid B and BHB. There will still be a vendor marketplace for food. It's here? My apologies. Everything will be here. So at this time, I want to go ahead and take a moment to introduce Sister Shelly I. Spoken Word for You, Spoken Word for Your Soul by Sister Shelly I. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together.
Greetings. Greetings. Give thanks and praise. I'd like to ask permission to speak. Oh, thank you so very much. I'd like to give honor to all of the elders here and all of the ancestors, all of the children, all the young folks, the middle-aged folks. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this Kwanzaa. It feels good to be here, certainly. So tonight we're going to give you a spoken word segment. It's a short segment. We've got myself, my son Joshua, we got Brother Ised, we have Michael Allen Cundiff. Yes. Michael's in the house. Okay, and Brother Ised is in the house. Okay, so I'm going to start it off. My name is Shelly I again. I am a singer, songwriter, musician, poet, activist.
I'm very serious about my community. I love my community. And I think it's very important to be a part of these kinds of things because it causes us to be able to come together, that unified effort, then we can actually work together, you know, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that joined, unified, collective, you know, work. And I think that's what's important to express tonight. I'd like to express through a spoken word piece. I did this piece last year, and I'm gonna do this piece again this year. So let me tell you a little bit about, can I have a little bit of highs in the mic? A little bit about what I expect. What I expect from the people in the audience is the opportunity to share with you something that you may never have been shared with before. It's very important. So what I require is your undivided attention. I'm asking that all conversations cease. Please. Thank you for your understanding, everybody. I really appreciate you. I'm asking for silence. I'm asking that all conversations cease. Because in order for us to go through this portal, we've got to be centered. We have to be unified. In order for us to collectively move in this and receive what there is to be received. Oftentimes, a lot of people don't understand what should happen with poetry and spoken word. But it's very important that we cue in because you're missing things if you're talking that you should be getting because it's for you. If you're in this room, it's for you. So we want you to get what it is that's for you. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us on a journey. And this journey, has anybody ever had a dream that they were falling in that dream? Raise your hand if you've ever had a dream and you were falling. I know I have. I never hit the ground. Has anybody ever hit the ground? I never hit the ground. No. Hey, Anitra. I never hit the ground. And so it's important for us to understand we have a belly button because we have attached to that a whole nother side of things. So we used to have an umbilical cord there, but why do we still need that belly button? That is a representation of the physical aspect of the silver cord. The silver cord gives us an opportunity to astral travel through the cosmos, especially as Africans. So what I want to do today is take you on a journey. Now, whatever kind of dream you may have had, we've all had some dreams that were kind of a little awkward. But tonight, this space that we're in isn't quite about dreaming, it's about astral traveling. And so that anybody who hasn't done that before, doesn't know what that is, that they can understand we're all going there together safely, and we're all returning safely, because we all have connected to our bodies a spiritual and metaphysical silver cord. So we're going to go out together, we're going to come back together. So I want everybody with me to inhale and exhale. We're going to do that 3 times, and then I'm going to do it on my own. I'm asking you to put your left foot forward. I'm asking you to sit straight up. And I'm asking you to breathe in the manner with which we're going to breathe, and take your time because I want you to get all that you're supposed to get. So this is setting the tone. So I'm asking that everybody quiet and everybody still. Please, nobody else walking back and forth up here, please. Okay, so I'm going to start breathing, and we're going to breathe like this. So your shoulders, they shouldn't rise when you breathe. Your stomach should go outward, okay? But your shoulders should stay level. So we're going to breathe something like this. Does that sound good? I want you to relax your hands also. Please relax your hands. Okay. On the count of 3, we're going to begin to breathe. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. My turn. Lifted love is light for life, and sacred sight is surround sound. Amazing grace was lost one day. Amazing height was found one night. Embodiment brings a bad sister out of ISIS, materializing the metaphysical ma'at of rightness, mattering frequencies exuding the finest, only furthermore accentuating the power of her highness. In the beginning, arresters and molesters, repetitive pesters and testers down pressed her. The inorganic polyesters long last, but burnt fast, leaving nothing behind but ash. And purified by the fire, we melt the once molded die casts. When she sequesters the ancestors, our grandmasters are the projectors, while the prince trains for less played out quarters and more stayed in semesters. Rejoicing are the antiquitous generations, all throughout dimensional lineage, voices of living affirmations, rows and rows of mass multiplied Colosseum-like bleachers, ancestors in authentic formation, wouldn't fit in this grossly outlived and too tightly fitted three-dimensional room, would be otherwise packed down slave ship style, except for the power-endowed Zoom. While Mandelbrot theory only follows an innumerable Afro-everything as a clown costume. Custom made in programming to dig a well so deep, only to find a SAR exhumed. Like Sudan bursts the city Khartoum and paves the way to receive a major confluence of acoustic perfume. Ka and Ba is superior. Inhale, exhale is not enough, children. We must blossom and bloom. Just when the wrong winds have seemed to blow oh so long. This apparent propagation, ISIS proceduralized, sketched, drew, and blueprint strategized. For once and for all, she aimed. She dropped the science down to Gentiles pretended as though the wick was ever smaller than the rule of thumb. Dum-dum. Envisioned that when she studied, the prince studied in her womb. All night long he scripted with the pointed scarlet red run inkwell. Hear the sound of the drum? Waterways break. Embodiments pressure. The ancestors applaud. The gift of the treasure. The elders and ancestors hum together like the harp's harmonic strum. They chant. Heru, the day star, we are here, there, and everywhere, and he has come.
All right.
So how'd y'all feel about that travel? Did anybody go someplace? Raise your hand if you went someplace. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for going. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to bring on Brother Ised. And Brother Ised is going to come up and do a piece or two. And then we'll have Joshua and then Michael Allen Cundiff. All right, Brother Ised. Now, here we are. This is, what is this? 46 years that Brother Ised has been doing the work in terms of writing plays and poetry and spoken word and books and just involved in the community all these years. So Give a round of applause to Brother Ised.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I think it's time for us to realize who we are and where we are from by doing a little poem called Property of Africa. Property of Africa. Property of Africa. You don't know where you're going till you know where you're from. Property of Africa. We are history in all directions. Little, big, tall, small, broke, young, old, rich, blessed with kindness. A healing feeling. So great, we are the property of Africa. Set your spirit free. A peaceful, loving spirit. A rich exchange. Teach the children who they are. Learn a lesson with the truth. Property of Africa. Black life, kings and queens, animals, birds, music, songs, drums, dance. Property of Africa. If you got color or any melanin in your skin, you're something special. Forgive to live, but never forget who you are. As we see others starving the time, slowing the hours, giving, sharing, property of Africa. Minerals and resources, love of God. African children, freedom lags behind. World problems, world problems, world problems. A righteous ending takes raw courage. Property of Africa. Property of Africa. Property of Africa. Property of Africa. 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 Thank you.
All right.
Wasn't that awesome? I'm so thankful that I'm the property of Africa. How about that? Aren't you glad?
Yeah.
There's nothing better in the world. Yeah, so Brother Ised, awesome. Thank you so much, Brother Ised. I love that piece. I love that piece. As well as everybody will be what after the bomb? But tonight we're talking about the property of Africa. Yes. So next we're going to bring up a young brother. Joshua is my son. And I happen to love him so very much. He means a lot to me. Yeah. Joshua is a recent graduate from Wright State University.
All right.
Yeah, give thanks. Woo! He's also a member of the Divine Nine, which is all black fraternities and sororities that have been in existence for at least 100 years or more. That started from black men and black women. He's a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, Zeta chapter, which I always love to honor because those brothers have been good to him and they've been good to my family and lots of other young men. So I just wanted to say a few things about him just so that you know who he is. And Joshua's been doing poetry for now it's been about 4 years, 5? You don't know? Yeah, long time. You know how kids, they say, oh yeah, all my life. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to bring Joshua up. Joshua, thank you.
I have to information from the elders.
J-Bo.
Thank you. Congratulations to Dr. Dolly again. I definitely want to give you a shout out. He was my mentor all the way back at Champion Middle School, and like over the years, I see him every once in a while, and he doesn't age at all.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, this piece I'm about to do is called Aim Higher, and I wrote this for all the young folk, including myself. So hopefully you all can take something from it. Aim higher, aim higher. Like my brother would say, more fire, and I am fearless. Meaning the only thing that I can fear is being fearless, and I cannot tell you when I'll die. Just know, I do not fear it. And the wind tells me the stories, give me wisdom to create a spear with. Just to shoot my enemies down, I did it with kindness. Even with blindness, you can still see that I am your highness. And that is why I chant. Aim higher, because I'm better than drugs, gangs, and violence. My life once felt like a curse, filled with misfortune, but I see now that it was a blessing, meant to force my evolution. The system bruised my mind, destroyed my societal development. You could even call it a form of simple prostitution. So, aim higher, for my sky has no limits. My mother would say, big ups to the youth them, so no matter the weight, I'll pull it for miles and miles, because if I put my mind to it, I can accomplish any feat. And through the war, I even loved my enemy who left me unstable. But Joshua was still able to survive where some would only die and complain about their tribe. And I say again, aim higher, for I have no dreams, only visions that become reality. And although I long for normality, I never needed it, because I found creativity and spirituality. I could have been a boy behind bars or laying lifeless in my mother's arms. But instead, I chose to use my unfortunate events as tools to build a taller ladder. And you'd be a fool if you couldn't guess what Joshua would do next. And that's aim even higher.
All right. I say.
Oh, give thanks and praise. That was awesome. I love it when the elders are a part of this poetry and spoken word thing, and I absolutely love it when our youth are a part of it, because this is a large part of our culture. It has everything to do with storytelling, and it has everything to do with the acclamations and proclamations that we have to teach our youth to be able to explain, so that other young people can see it, and other elders can see it, and other middle-aged folk can see it, so that we can continue this thing and build a taller ladder. Give thanks. So, with that being said, we're going to bring up Brother Michael Allen Cundiff. Michael's a good friend and a poet, and he's got the best voice in the world, so take notice. Don't everybody try to get his voice at the same time and book him for something, but this is definitely the voice of the hour, just so that you know in the future. And I'd like to thank Tawi Village for being so gracious and wonderful. Thanks. All right, Michael Allen Cundiff, give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Can we give all the performers and everybody who brought this together a round of applause, please?
Yeah.
And y'all should clap for yourselves because you made it. Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah. I used to have a soul that led me around like a shadow. An active contrition, possible attrition soul, blacker than fresh dug coal, purer than new fallen snow. But then it dwindled and it dwaddled, and it left me with his tail. It left me with his tail to tattle. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. My hair. My hair comes from Korea. My drum. My drum was hollowed out in the Philippines. My ancestral mask, the ones that hang on the walls, they was carved in them Taiwanese factories. Yeah, that pharaoh on the mantle right there, that pharaoh was cast in India. My kente cloth, draping my shoulders and my chairs, was woven, dyed, and printed in China. Yeah, my Africa is made in Taiwan. Because when Uncle Sam invites you over to this country, he'll have you opening up a store in a black neighborhood. And you can fill it with the lottery and candy, malt liquor and Newports. And soon you'll be living the American dream. But meanwhile, my Africa is made in Taiwan. Made in Taiwan. The staying alive has long since replaced staying relevant. And since we seem to be confused about the ways to market our own culture, we just let everybody else do it. And of course, it's so much cheaper to do that kind of thing overseas. Yeah, my Africa is made in Taiwan. My Africa is made in Taiwan. My Africa is made in Taiwan. Thank you.
Awesome. That was Brother Michael Allen Cundiff. Look for him. He's a well-known poet here in Columbus, and we're going to be doing a lot of things with our production company with Michael Allen Cundiff too. But just a wonderful brother and very, very creative. He also makes all kinds of instruments, all kinds of things that he thinks of in his head, very unique instruments that have different sounds to them, and he's a percussionist also. So just keep looking for Michael Allen Cundiff because his name and his voice really should be heard. Good brother. All right, so with that being said, I would like to bring on a young sister. A young sister, I've forgotten her name and I apologize just that quick. She was not a part of the original program, but she felt led to say some things. She had a really long piece that she wanted to do. And Jill brought her to me, so it's okay. And so I'm going to let you announce your name because I've forgotten that quick and I apologize. All right, you tell me and I'll say it so that I'm... Tiara Artiste. Now, how do I remember her last name? Okay? Artist. All right, so Tiara Artiste, please give her a round of applause.
Excuse me, I get a little nervous, but I get over it. Okay, peace and blessings, everyone. How's everyone enjoying their night? Hope you're having a good time. I would like to share a little piece that came over me today. I felt compelled to share it with you beautiful people, and I appreciate your time. Perfection is non-existent, yet an effort to make sincere change. Ujima is key, thus leading to pure unity, emoja, vibrating our love, our positive energies of peace and understanding of one another's cultures, values, and struggles. When did the pain and hurt of the world no longer touch the heart of others? The tears and suffering in the eyes of every broken child and misguided mother. Voices lost asunder, no shoulder around to shed a tear, to each his own. Mentality embodied by fear. Love for our community brothers and sisters. Love for our community members. Love with set conditions, set holiday traditions, pictures, grants, checks, a big jolly image. Is this love we've been given? Love with no evident ending nor beginning? Love with conditions. Is it me, or is the pursuit of love always a mission? Thank you for your time. Peace and blessings.
Thank you. Thank you.
Give thanks and praise. That was wonderful, wasn't it? Woo! Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to close the poetry segment down with a short piece, and then we're going to move on, and Sister Rhonda Reese is going to come back as your master of ceremonies and continue on. She's been doing wonderful, so wonderful. All right, so I'm going to share this piece with you. You don't have to breathe through this piece. I mean, except we all want to keep breathing, right? I thought I'd get you on that one. Okay, so here we go. The life without boundaries, without conception. It has no beginning and no ending. Something about you, music, causes you to be ever so universal. And this world is like the fairy tale king, banning music in the kingdom. Oh, music, 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 live on. Transformations being made, foundations being laid for the promise of self-acknowledgement. In awe, in awe, in awe, and in awe. Not interested in what he said, she saw. The optic lens illusory in what is law. Invisible paint won't do. I need music, and that's all. Astronomical song compositions on stacks and stacks of paper, piled for miles and miles and miles and miles from the beginning and end of eternity. Couldn't see past, drive past, or build past. Nothing but trees in the soul called way. Songs on paper or trees that the builders couldn't build past, so they cut them down. Live on, music. Timeless in essence, completing all things at once, never lingering for answers in a land of ignorance where mind is spent, required by most, answering yet to none, for the demand is dead. The ultimate is music's. As the world rebels against but is made to dance, a frolicsome fandango. Music, live on. Rhonda Reese for you. Thank you. Thank you. Rhonda Reese.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sister Shelley I, Brother Joshua. Brother Kundif, Brother Ised, Brother Tiara. I want to take a very quick moment to thank Tawi Village for this amazing event. I also want to thank Sister Jill for inviting me to come this evening to MC. Thank you, Brother Hatem, for joining me as well. Very quickly, because I am familiar with hosting different styles of events, and there's a saying that goes that public offenses should be apologized for in public as well. So to the elders, I wanted to ask for to be excused for not asking to speak before I spoke. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all again for joining us for the 2019 Kwanzaa celebration. At this time, I want to ask Dr. Vicky Doe to join us here on the stage for a short presentation.
Well, hello, I'm Dr. Vicky Haywood Joe, and this is your Healthy Minute. What is it? Healthy Minute. All right. We are so lucky that we can include health and wellness in our Kwanzaa celebration. And so for the past 3 days, we have been doing healthy exercise. The first night we did mindful exercise, right? Then yesterday we did breathing technique. And today we're actually going to get up and move. All right, but before I start, I will give a few facts, okay? Now, what have I been saying about cardiovascular disease? What did I say? It is 80% preventable, right?
Right.
And what are some of the two lifestyle factors that will help us lower our risk?
Exercise and diet.
Exercise, and what's the second one?
Diet.
Healthy eating and healthy. Okay, so what's an example of healthy eating? Most of us know. So what's healthy eating? Somebody. Okay, fresh fruit. What else?
Chicken, not KFC.
Go ahead. Vegetables.
Something else.
We need protein, what? Yes, fish, chicken, lean. We always say lean and clean. Now we do have vegetarians and vegan. So what's the protein that okay, fruits and vegetables, beans, right?
Yeah.
Beans. But guess what? Protein is in broccoli as well, right? Okay. Right? Okay. So before we get up and exercise, I'm going to have you go and look at these 3 type of diet and healthy living. Okay? Google DASH, DASH. Okay, that's the DASH diet. And this diet has been evidence-based research. Doctors approve this. They refer this type of eating for folks that are hypertensive, folks because of us being African Americans, right? With our salt issues, right? So the DASH diet, dietary approach to stop hypertension. Look at the DASH diet. Fruits and vegetables, plant-based, Mediterranean. You heard of Mediterranean diet, right? Look that up. And flexitarian. How many people have heard of flexitarian?
That's a new one.
Yeah, flexitarian, because we know we want to have folks eating more plant-based eating every day, but some people can't do it every day. But you can at least be flexible and at least have 2 or 3 days of the week where you are plant-based eating. Okay, so what are the 3 diets that we recommend at Vicky Doe Fitness? Number 1. Number 2.
Mediterranean.
And number 3.
Vegetarian.
All right, so we got a healthy eating together. All right, who remembers the guidelines, the new physical activity guidelines that we've been talking about? What did we say? 2-minute bouts during the day adds up to your 150 minutes to 200 minutes of moderate intensity exercise. So there's no excuse, right? Everybody can do 2 minutes throughout the day. So what are some type of activities that you can do in 2 minutes that won't, be so much? Walk. Everybody can walk, right?
Yeah.
Move in place, right? Walk in place, okay? Another one would be our mindful movement, our mindful practice, relaxation, right? Okay, so let's get up. We can't just be sitting, right? Let us get up. Okay, those people that can't get up, sit up straight in your chair and you can follow us. Okay, so you're at your office, right? You're in your office, you're at your desk. What are you gonna do? It's 2 minutes. We call these your exercise snacks throughout the day. So what are you gonna do? Let's move in place. People get on your nerves. What do you do at the office? You keep it moving. You walk away. He said, I'm doing my exercise snack. All right. Okay, hands up. Hands down. Okay, watch me. Went up, didn't it? Yes, it did. All right, this is my last night here. I'm going back to Whitetown. So if you want to find out more about me, go to www.vickydofitness.com. Okay, thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming out this evening. We definitely are glad to see your wonderful faces. Make sure if you have not stopped by already, we have vendors in the back hallway that have amazing items for sale that are available for you. We also have Sister Agape in the back with her vegan deliciousness, as well as Shug's Smokehouse also serving it up for you all. Right now I want to introduce Brother Hatem. He has a very special message to share with each and every one of you. We'd like for your full attention as he does so.
All right. Abarigani. Abarigani.
Ujima.
Family, look, I was so proud because I didn't even know that the Baba of Simba Nation was getting this award today. One of the things we try to make sure young people understand as Simba, as well as Simba, is that there's an order to how the community works. And since we are on Ujima, I want to kind of explain that order to you. We have the babies, the Watotos, who should be able to run through the village freely and safely so that they can experience life and play. Then we have the warriors that are supposed to protect the perimeter of the village, the city, or whatever, because you always need those warriors because their job is to maintain and protect the borders. Then you got the nation builders, who are in a sense the ones that have went through the warrior phase and now they are at a point where they're thinking and they're like, how can we expand what we have? How can we build on what we have? Then from there you got the elders, and the elders are the ones that are beyond the thinking, and now they got the wisdom and the experience to be like, yo, if you go left, this is possibly what's gonna happen. So they could go on and project and they could look into the future a little bit because that's what wisdom does for you. But the last part that we kind of got cut off from, because I'm really working in sync now, is the last part of the village. And one of the most important parts that we forget is the ancestors. So we always got to recognize those ancestors, not just those big names. Right. We got to remember those names like Big Mama. We got to remember those names like, in my family we had Me, Mom, Peepaw. And Sweet Cake. You know what I'm saying? We got to remember those because they still have a place at the table. They still are amongst us making things happen. And when all of these things are working together, this is when we will start noticing changes in our community. So it's simple, we got a song. Now, I've been banned from singing in 3 states, but I'm gonna try to do the best that I can. And the song goes, I wanna be a warrior. I wanna be a warrior, brother. I wanna be a warrior. I wanna be a warrior as soon as I can. I wanna be a nation builder. I wanna be a nation builder. I wanna be a nation builder. I wanna be a builder as soon as I can. I want to be an elder. I want to be an elder. I want to be an elder. I want to be an elder as soon as I can. I want to be an ancestor. I want to be an ancestor. I want to be an ancestor. I want to be an ancestor when my time comes. But hey, listen, I ain't trying to rush over there because, you know, as African people, we ain't scared because we're generational people. I'll come back. So now this is the importance of that circle and all that working together. As African people, we always viewed ourselves as generational people. What does that mean, Brother Hatem? That means that I'm always coming back. I'm always coming back. The idea of heaven that has been given to us wasn't our heaven. We used to come back. So it was my responsibility in this life to leave this world better because the world that I was coming